Ms. Mahalbahu, thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to continue our discussion at the successful event back in March in the DFS forum, where you gave a wonderful presentation about the recent developments and what's happening in the payments arena in Jordan. Mainly Jomo Pay and all the developments and the new systems that were developed and adopted by the Central Bank of Jordan. As the executive director of the payments department in the central bank, there has been numerous questions, and given the limited time available at the forum, many people didn't get the chance to ask you these questions. So we're taking this opportunity to ask these questions, discuss them, and get your feedback on them. The next question is a long one, but I think it's based on some misunderstanding that I've been hearing quite often in many forums. I will read the question for you. It goes like, are there concerns that the non-refundable licensing fee will make it very difficult for PSPs to enter the market and break even on their investment, causing them to spend less money on items like customer education, marketing, etc.? And if so, does the central bank anticipate supporting these two initiatives by providing funds to PSPs to do provider-specific education?
Wow, this is something I noticed recently. It reflects definitely a huge misunderstanding. They are talking about the minimum capital required to be licensed. Actually, the minimum capital required to license any financial institution to provide mobile payment services is $1.5 million dinar, which is equivalent almost to $2 million. This amount was not put haphazardly. We investigated. If you want to provide such a service, you will need software, you will need hardwares, you will need to invest in marketing other services. According to the optimal proportion of equity and debt, the 1.5 million JD was the most reasonable amount. We consulted all potential service providers for this amount. I can now assure you that many of them suggested even more than that. So how can how can the central bank license a service provider if you want to put capital in, for example, 100,000, and you're asked to put investment in hardware and software in amount that exceeds 2 million? This is not like logic. So this is nothing that they will pay for us, and it's not refundable. This is their investment. This is their money. But we want to ensure that they are well capitalized, they are financially stable to provide the service. So they will be dealing with people's money. So we cannot take a risk of like the small shops to provide such a service. This is not a fee. This is capital, paid capital to start their investment.
It's not a licensing fee.
It's not a licensing
It's a minimum
fee.
capital requirement.
It's a minimum
so
capital.
it's a usual thing.
And again, I will repeat, the amount was not put haphazardly. And for myself, I still believe that we should have put even higher. But we wanted to facilitate the service provider's life. We even subsidized the service by allowing them to link to the switch without any access fees. We waived the fees for 3 years. We took the initiatives of interoperability USSD. We put the investment of NFC integration with other services and other payment platforms. So we put investment in awareness campaigns. So we took many of the initiatives on their behalf. We are even working hard to ensure for them a high level of demand. So this is something we cannot allow small shops to provide services that involves people's money.
You mentioned the fee structure or the fees for these services. So now currently the PSPs or the service providers are able to connect free on Jomo Pay. In the future, will that change?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. There is access fees because this is a huge switch that will require maintenance, improvement, upgrades. So who benefit from the switch and who make profits from the switch, they need to participate in maintaining the level of service. So this is like in all countries worldwide, and we need some cushion for some risks in the future to structurally maybe upgrade the switch. So this is something that in normal practice in all payment systems, participants who are official participants in any switch, they have to pay for the switch to ensure sustainability and improvement for the future.
Regarding the plans of the central bank of adopting a tiered-based approach for KYC. And when we say that, we don't mean also not only for clients, but also for agents and merchants. So any plans?
Yes. Yes, definitely. This is very critical. Central Bank of Jordan is always very concerned about the integrity of our financial system. And we cannot jeopardize this integrity, especially within the situation we are living now and the geopolitical risks surrounding Jordan. We allowed simplified KYC because it's a proportional risk management for individuals. But at the same time, since all participants, whether individuals or merchants or agents or corporates, are registered within Jomo Pay, then tiering KYC requirements are a must, and they are already embedded within the system. It applies as well on agents. For the principal to recruit agents, they need to conduct agents' due diligence, agents' KYC. Whether super agent or normal agent. And definitely for super agents, they will have to be more prudent and more cautious, as well as for merchants. And these are something very supportive to Jordan to adopt, because Jordan, since decades, we have a very comprehensive, robust national ID system scheme, whether for individuals or for corporates. For registered corporates, they have it. Even for non-Jordanians or refugees, we still have a reference where we can identify the identity of the user of this service. And this is something all within the system and protected. Jomo Pay is as well linked to the national database of our civil service department.
Again, thank you very much for your time and for the information that you provided. I'm sure you covered all the questions that were pending after the forum. Would you like to add anything?
First, you are almost welcome, and we are always here to answer any questions. This is something that Central Bank of Jordan would love always to follow the approach of being very transparent to all market participants, to understand what we are doing, to cooperate in a better manner.
Again, thank you very much.
You are most welcome.